Hi Sally, Phil Beever here from the Wilderness Club. Just want to recap on our lesson yesterday. So if we run through a couple of bits, we can see here takeaways fantastic, club set through right forearm really good. If we look at Rose here at that same position, we will see that he gets in that same position just there. There you go. So you and him are identical at this position, so that's terrific. When you get to the top of your swing, we're going to see your hands never really get above your head, and we get very what we call narrow. So there's no width. There's a very, very small gap here of daylight, where if we look at Justin, he's going to stretch that little bit more, and you can see he's actually got a lovely little triangle of daylight. Two things again to look at. One is his hands are above his head, okay, quite a lot, and we can see yours are definitely not. So we needed to get a little bit more width, and yeah, just trying to feel like a little bit more width, a bit wider is important. Second thing, if we look at your legs on the way down, we could see they never really turn. I mean, they only actually ever get back to where they were at setup. There's no rotation here. This right foot stuck on the floor. The hips haven't opened. Your shoulders are closed. Where if we look at Justin coming down, I mean, look how much he's rotating into the ball. Look how active his legs are. We can see a lot of his left leg here. His right foot starting to come off the ground. So it's all telling us, and we can see with his hips, they're definitely pointing a lot more left than yours is actually back to your setup. So, and that's going to cause fat and fins with the irons, inconsistencies. We need to get you turning. So we worked hard on that, and we did that by making just tiny little backswings and really trying to zip through onto that left foot. One thing we did notice as well, face on, was that left foot was lifting up on the backswing, which is one of the reasons why you couldn't turn on the way through. So we want to keep the left foot down. We want to stretch and create some width to the top, Sally, and then from there we're going to accelerate them hips through. Sounds really complicated, but the way I showed you was quite simple. So you want to walk behind the ball, make a practice swing, keep the left foot down, swing to the top, nice stretch, bit of width, and then turn them hips as far as you can on the way through. And then when you walk over the ball, we're just going to hit it. Okay, so that's your difference. We're going to have a practice routine, thinking about the swing, and then over the ball, we're just going to give it a whack, and which would be much more fun and much more reliable.